Before you packed your bag to leave Nigeria, you had a dream. You had a dream that one day you will succeed. You have a dream that one day you will come back and you will give back to mother Nigeria. And many Nigerians abroad have soon discovered that survival abroad is real. They have discovered that working paycheck to paycheck is free. And because of that, helping Nigeria feels impossible. Today, I want to challenge that thinking because the truth is, Nigerians living abroad are one of the most powerful forces for economic and social growth. And this can only happen if we position ourselves wisely. We are not going to be positioning ourselves emotionally. We are not going to be positioning ourselves with charity. We can only do this with strategy. We can only do this with investment. We can only do this with skill and with influence. In this video, I want us to talk about exactly how we can do this. My name is Simeon Odi, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button so that you can see amazing videos like this. The first thing we need to do is about skill transfer and our knowledge exchange. You see, when you leave Nigeria and get new skill, whether in healthcare, whether in technology, whether in construction, whether in logistics, or even if it is in finance, what you are doing is that you are already accumulating a global competitive advantage. What if instead of keeping that knowledge abroad, what if you export it back home? What if you train people through online workshop? What if you mentor young Nigerians remotely? What if you partner with local institutions in Nigeria to bring about change? What if you bring new standards and best practices to Nigeria? Look at countries like India and China. They grew because their diasporas built industry back home. Jack Ma, one of the richest men in China, who lived in the United States, was able to build Alibaba, which became very, very rich. Nigerians can also do these things because diaspora knowledge is equal to Nigeria growth. Now, let us talk about the remittance that we are sending. What if we change those spending to investment capital? Do you know that every year Nigerians living abroad spend over $20 billion and they send it home? This is more than money we get from oil sometimes. But here is the sad part about this investment. Most of this money goes into consumption and not into production. What does it buy? Instead of buying investment, this money is buying parties. This money is buying ashobi. This money is paying for rent. This money is doing one emergency need here and there. All these things that I mentioned are important. But what we need to think about is this. If 10%, just 10% of this $20 billion went into agribusiness, went into manufacturing, went into logistics, went into tech, what do you think will happen? It will create millions of jobs for Nigerians. Remittances must shift from spending to investing. We can never be a serious nation if we just do consumption alone instead of investment. Then another thing that diasporans can do for Nigeria is to build businesses that create jobs. Imagine if Nigerians abroad build farms. Imagine if Nigerians abroad build retail chains. Imagine if Nigerians abroad build food processing centers. Imagine if Nigerians abroad build manufacturing plants. Imagine that we build export companies. Imagine that we build logistic and transportation businesses. Imagine that we build this. Imagine that we build that. Imagine that we build businesses and we create employment for our youth. We have an average of 19 years, a very, very young population. It is not just about helping one family member. It's about helping communities through job creation. And when there is job, insecurity will be low. I know you might be thinking it doesn't concern me. But instead of complaining that Nigeria is tough, Why not help build solutions that make Nigeria easier? Because when you do that, when I do that, and when he does that, together we can be able to save Nigeria. Politicians cannot do that. We can also export Nigeria products to global market. We already have access abroad to international demand. We have access to buyers. We have access to the market. We have access to regulations. We have access to quality standard. What about Nigeria? Nigeria already have the land. Nigeria have a vast amount of land. And not just land, we have the labor. We do not only have labor, we also have the production capacity. When you combine land, when you combine labor, when you combine production capacity, we can turn Nigeria goods into global brands. From agric exports like egusi, like sesame seed, like cocoa, to fashion, to art, to music, to technology. Diaspora network opens global doors. A book that I'm reading about Israel shows that the Jews use this same method in order to make Israel a very, very techy and very, very rich country. Because Jews that are outside Israel were able to link Israel to wherever the world. We need to drive digital skills and innovation. The world is already going digital. Nigeria must not be left behind. We that are living abroad can teach coding to people living back home. We can teach them cyber security. What skills do you have? Is it digital marketing? Can we support remote work roles for Nigerians instead of killing that role? Look at here in the UK, most of the call centers come from Pakistan and other Arabian nations. Can we do same? Can we build tech hubs and innovation communities for Nigeria? Young Nigerians are talented. Me and you know this, and they just need the exposure. Technology doesn't need NEPA. What it needs is knowledge and opportunity. Solar system is already there for these guys to perform. Another thing we can do is to use our influence for governance and policy. When our politicians and leaders fail Nigeria, our diaspora voices can pressure change. We can do advocacy. We can do policy recommendations. We have so many Nigerians that are leaders and even politicians elsewhere. Now, instead of coming to help Nigeria, they are trying to block Nigeria from their life. We can demand accountability through media. We can do international awareness. Our voice from abroad sometimes carry more weight than the voices of those at home. Please, don't just watch Nigeria from your Telegram and your WhatsApp. Don't just watch Nigeria from YouTube and from the news channels. Don't just watch Nigeria from Facebook and Instagram. Shape the conversation that can help Nigeria. Another thing we need to do is to build infrastructure and value chain all across Nigeria. Nigerians living abroad can partner to develop Nigeria. Can we do solar power project instead of complaining about electricity? Can we use solar instead? We can create this project. Imagine you and team of friends using power to empower an area. They will pay you money for that. What about clean water system for some community? They can pay you for that. What about warehousing and cold room storage that will help to store our goods? What about better farm to market logistics? We do not have the kind of logistics to transport perishable goods. These are profitable investments. These are not charity. Solve big problem and earn big returns, because we know that infrastructure brings development, and this development is money to people. Another thing we need to talk about is scaling our social impact. Not just giving. Giving money to your village every December is sentiment. But building system that uplift your business, your village every day is an impact. So instead of saying, let me dash you money, why not do this instead? Why not us link scholarship that can link with job placement? So instead of dashing them money, why not use that money to empower some few people with scholarship? And these people will also do same when it is their turn. Why not us create a community business that we can reinvest the profit? Why not us create cooperative models that can empower farmers in our villages instead of just coming to dash them money? There is no more time for emotional spending. We have been doing this money and water and we see that it doesn't work. It is time for purposeful investment. It is time for us to change the narrative of Nigeria globally. It starts with me. How the world sees Nigeria now matters. How the world sees Nigeria affects us. It affects us in all areas. It affects us in investment. It affects us in tourism. It affects us in business partnership. It affects us in opportunities. It affects us in every aspect of our life. When we diaspora tell positive stories about Nigeria, we are not saying you cannot talk about some things that happen like insecurity. No, but you still need to be positive about your country. When we tell these positive stories, it builds global trust. It builds respect. The respect in Nigeria will increase. We are not just representing ourselves. We are representing over 200 million people in Nigeria. Can you be a brand ambassador for Nigeria? Can you be someone that tells the good news, not just the bad news about Nigeria? Because we know bad things happen everywhere and we can call the government to accountability. But is that the only news you want to read about Nigeria? Nigerians abroad often feel powerless. We often feel that there is nothing we can do. We often feel that the system is failed and the country is gone. But hear this, you are not just migrant. We are not just migrant. He is not just a migrant. We are economic ambassadors. Our skills, our network, our sources, Nigeria needs them. If all of us, if all of you, if all of them can achieve abroad, pay their salary and rent, our journey does not end only in our personal gain. Our journey also means channeling our experience back home to become national builders. Nigeria doesn't need just pity, dashing people money. Nigeria doesn't need just survivors. Nigeria needs builders. And those builders are me and you. Stop waiting for Nigeria to become better before you invest. Nigeria becomes better because people invest. We can fix this country. One skill, one investment, one opportunity at a time. And the Nigerians in the diaspora will lead the way. My name is Simeon Odi. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so to subscribe to my channel and share these videos to Nigerians living in the diaspora to know that we need them in Nigeria to fix Nigeria. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. God bless Nigeria and God bless you all.